Hello. Happy Thursday. This show is called Run It Back, and we are Lou, Will, Chandler P, Boogie. My name's Michelle. We've got a lot of hoops to talk about today. Energy's low for me today on this one. Why?
Let's get right to it.
You know why. And we got Bobby P coming up in a little bit as well. But, well, that was so great. You know what? That's how I felt about the game. I'm going to be honest with you. Go ahead and roll some footage while we talk about last night's Thunder Spurs game. You know what? Say what you will. This is hella fun to watch. OKC with a 122-113 win.
Jeez.
No De'Aaron Fox for the Spurs in this one. We also lost Jalen Williams and Dylan Harper in this as well with leg injuries. SGA finishes with 30. Caruso with 17, 5 assists off the bench. Steph with 25. I'm just calling him Steph now. Steph Castle with 25, 8, 9 turnovers. That's problematic. We get that. Things are tied up. The pressure was very different. It felt very different last night. A lot of Hartenstein in this one as well, which we will get to. But the role players seem to be sort of Boogie where we're going to start because we already know the superstar. SGA and Wemby are the stars. But it's everyone else that's sort of bringing up the lead here. What'd you make of what you saw?
I mean, exactly what you said. The role guys are stepping up, you know, providing a lot of help with these stars throughout this series. I mean, I think it comes down to them at the end of the day. I think the stars are going to do what they do, but it's going to be on these role guys to really, you know, break through and become the X factors in this series. It's hard to tell which way this series is going to go in general. I mean, one night it seems like the Spurs are the favorite, then the next night you see the defending champs come out and do what they do. So this is for sure going to 7, in my opinion. If guys perform the way they're supposed to, and I'm excited for a good series.
Well, I just say that's going to be a bad sign for the Spurs if it comes down to the role players. Like OKC, first game, they played 11-plus guys in the first quarter. Last night, played another 10-plus guys over 10 minutes, and they got good production out of them. Caruso off the bench, Mitchell off the bench. My guy, Casey Wallace, even Jalen Williams was solid off the bench. Like, they got guy after guy that they can go get really good production from. They all shoot the basketball well. They all play hard. They all force turnovers. So if it comes down to that, and we can't get, in the San Antonio Spurs, they can't get everybody back in uniform, De'Aaron Fox, and let's see what's going on with Harper. This might change everything that we think about this series.
Yeah, it's great. I forgot about Casey Wallace, and it's unreal because this guy's a starting shooting guard on another team, and he just comes in and, even a guy like Aaron Wiggins, he hasn't played at all really this series or last series. There's going to be mark my words, there'll be a time that he gets subbed in the game and he just performs. And they'll give him something, and he'll produce, and he'll play his role beautifully, just like these other guys do. We know now McCain has been great. Alex Caruso has been phenomenal on both sides of the basketball. And Casey Wallace, it was his time last night. He comes in, he makes an immediate impact defensively. He picks you up 94 for 8, and he just knocks down wide open shots. He plays within the offense. These guys know how to play off SGA. They know when to pick their spots. They know when to try and get Chet and Jalen Williams going. And it's so key for this team that because when someone does go down, and now Jalen Williams is banged up again, someone else, and now here comes Aaron Wiggins. Here comes Isaiah Joe, who got minutes last night. There's always just someone to kind of replace a guy with on this Oklahoma City Thunder team, and their depth is just unmatched.
Let's talk SGA a little bit, just because he had a frustrating game one. And granted, they were also off for 6 months before they played again. So I'm wondering, what was so different? Why was he able to do what he was able to do last night?
They got stops.
Okay.
Yeah, they got stops, and they didn't allow San Antonio to be able to set up their defense on dead balls. A lot of those dead ball opportunities, that's when you see them running and trapping them. That's when you see them boxes and elbows showing him a crowd on dead basketballs. The fact that they forced 21 turnovers, they gave him an opportunity to have some success in transition and also being able to play one-on-one on these, these right here, you can't really help. And Hartenstein worked as well. The first game, we watched him not play a lot, and they went to the small ball immediately, but they found something in having another 7-footer on the floor that opened up lanes where Wemby couldn't help off as much in those driving lanes for SGA. And just mid-range, one-on-one mid-range. He's one of the best players in the game when he can get to his spots. They just weren't allowed to do some of the things that made him successful in the first game in guarding him, and he was able to play comfortably.
Yeah, when you force 21 turnovers and you have 27 points off those turnovers, you get to play fast. You get to get out in transition. You get to find Chet on these easy lobs. SGA can kind of pick his poison, stop on the dime, and get easy mid-range, more efficient jumpers, and he was settling for these long threes, these long step backs in game one. He was just getting quicker quicker, more transition opportunities because they forced so many turnovers. Like the Spurs were so sloppy with the basketball early, and that just kind of that hurt them for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I agree. I think it started with the defensive side of the ball, and then for the rest of the night, they basically controlled the pace of the game, which is in their favor. They were able to play faster. He was able to get to his spots a lot quicker. The defense wasn't able to set up as good as it did the first game, and the results showed.
And also, he didn't settle either. Like, 24 shot attempts, only 3 of them three-pointers. Like, that was somebody that was intentional on getting to their spots, playing inside of the three-point line, and just putting as much pressure on them as they can. So on those drives, Wemby had to make a decision whether I'm going to step up, I'm going to contest this, or whether I got to stay in this drop and protect the rim. And they found some success in making sure they drew him out from under the rim and being able to get those dump-offs, the lobs, and all of those kickouts. There was a lot from them adjusting to knowing that they're using Wemby as kind of like a free safety back there and being able to roam around on the defensive end and be able to help everybody. And they maximized every opportunity they had on that.
Well, we have an enemy now.
How much do you hate Hartenstein?
Hartenstein, welcome to San Antonio, sir. You're going to have a good time. They'll be waiting for you because he had himself a night last night. It was like a completely different person. He was sort of the guy from the Knicks that everybody fell in love with. That was him last night, just absolutely doing everything, some of it a little bit questionable. He did finish with a double-double. It was a big one, but I'm wondering, guys, and let's be honest here for a second, because I haven't pulled hair since the 3rd grade, and so we can get into that in a second. But did he get away with a little much?
Well, listen, I think the physicality he had against Wemby is exactly what you have to do to this guy. Like, he is a freak. The way he just tips the ball around to himself, like, you have to be able to get physical with him, especially in the paint and that close to the rim. He's got to do stuff like this. Now, the hair pull on Stephon Castle, I'd like to think his hand got caught there, but that was that was bad, man. Like, I haven't seen that. I don't know if I've ever seen.
I pulled Christy Boyer's hair.
I thought it's.
Christy Boyer.
Christy Boyer got her hair pulled.
Everything looks worse in slow motion, but I genuinely thought he got tangled up. I would hope.
I think he did too. Like, he's not even looking at him. Like,
no, because there's like an extra yank.
Not even looking. And we understand where you coming from, Beast. But
outside,
where's that? San Antonio?
What does that mean? I'm biased. No.
He ain't pulling it.
10,000%. But
look, he's not even looking at him, Beast.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean you can't pull hair.
Listen, you can make a case for this if you want to, and we can go back and forth on it. But other than that, it's basketball. That's what needs to happen. You need to have somebody that play with some physicality and that's willing to take on the challenge of saying, hey, look, I got to do something to make this guy least effective. So instead of having 25 rebounds, he had 17. That's a good job to me. That's a solid job. But again, other teams that we've seen around the league have success against San Antonio. They found one way or another to be physical and bring physicality to the game when it comes to Wemby. And I think that's what Hartenstein did last night.
So nobody thinks he was a little dirty last night?
I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
That's
he
basketball.
junked the game up. He made it difficult for the big fella in Wemby. I think that is the game plan as far as trying to match up with Wemby. You have to make him uncomfortable. You have to keep the game physical for him. And, you know, when he's able to operate in space comfortably, that's when you see the big games, the 40 and 20 type games. You don't want him to be able to, you know, move in space without being touched at some point. I think they did a great job of keeping hands on him, being physical, and making him uncomfortable.
Okay.
This dude just had 40 and 20 in game 1. Like, you think they're just going to let him just do whatever he wanted? Like,
he did exactly what was supposed to be
what he was told to do, and this was his role. This is what makes them so good, is they all have their role, and his was to do this. His was to junk up the game, be physical, and make their best players' night a living hell. That's exactly what Hartenstein did, and they got the win. So
I don't want to hear any crying.
Look more of it, game 3.
When this comes back around. I don't want to hear it.
But then also, it gave them a different look too. The first game they went with the small ball, so they put Caruso on him to crawl up under his legs, try to make his catches difficult and all of those things. Second game, they go with another 7-footer against a 7-footer, and now this is where we're going to introduce the physicality part of the game. So constantly keeping fresh bodies on Wemby, giving them a fresh look how they're going to guard him. It showed that they got something through for OKC.
And that's exactly what I wanted to say. It's not, and obviously I spoke on Chet doing a better job and embracing that matchup, which I think he did in game 2, but it's also not going to be on just one guy. They have 3 bigs with, you know, big bodies that can go in and make the game difficult for them.
Chet even got in there.
Yeah, Chet got in there. He got physical, you know, made the game difficult for him. I think every big on OKC's bench that played did their job last night, and it was a different game.
All right, then I don't want to hear. You know what? SGA, look out, because I don't want to hear anything.
But who is? This is.
Here we go.
But who is?
Saying,
in two games, both of these teams have been physical.
Is this Nas Reed? Is this Nas Reed level, Beats?
Oh yes.
No,
We're moving
what
up
what it is a great series, and it's 1-1, and we're going back to San Antonio.
Are you allowed to hook and hold?
Both teams.
Hook and hold. Is it a
But
thing?
you can make a case for
You're
both
not allowed to do that.
Both teams are doing it. This is basketball.
All right, we're going to do it harder then. And I'm not kidding.
Do that.
Put Carter Bryant in. Your whole job is to make sure SGA doesn't do anything.
Well, just to be clear, that's what he's been doing.
No, I'm
that's
not putting his head out.
That's what Carter Bryant's been doing.
He probably,
if I look at the numbers, he probably has more fouls than he has points. Well,
I just wanted to get.
Never mind. He had 0.0 fouls.
Yeah, he was like he went to the bathroom mid-game in public bathroom. I don't even understand what that video was.
That was weird.
You never used to do that?
And that should tell you some of these videos we
do that
don't need.
all the time.
See, some of these videos we don't need.
Like if I had to go, I didn't want to go all the way to the locker room. I would just go right to a security guard would come with you and be right outside.
That's not a real thing.
But don't you have a good bathroom?
I've never seen that.
All the time.
Wow. See, then we could do a whole segment on that.
Like during the national anthem or something, right before you run. That's the quickest
both of y'all
one.
weird. You and Carter Bryant.
Fine.
You
gotta go. You gotta go.
The only person weird is the person who whipped out the camera in a bathroom.
Yeah, watch it.
I do appreciate young fella
think
for washing his hands.
What a lovely moment that was.
I think people don't get credit for that. Yeah, because it's a lot of guys that like to just walk straight out. I appreciate him washing his hands.
Mid-game, you'd think he'd be in a. You know what? We love you, Carter Bryant. Yeah. Look, do you want to give any more flowers to Chet just because the game one was such a not flower-giving moment for Chet Holmgren?
I think he responded like. This matchup is never going to be about Chet and Wemby. That conversation is over and done with. Wemby has went somewhere else. Chet is one of the better players on his team. The way that they win by committee, and it's SGA and it's the guys. It's completely different. So the hats that they wear for their respective teams are different. So what Chet did last night is what we expect him to do on that team. The first game, it was just like, bro, you got to show up in that capacity. We're not asking you to go head-to-head and turn this into a one-on-one battle with you and Wemby about the battle of yesteryear. We just need you to be part of the game and give us something on both ends of the floor, and I thought he did that last night.
That line's not great.
Also, call me crazy. I think there's a whole nother level here for him. I don't think 13 and 4 and 2 with 0 block shots.
Way better than that.
So what's his problem?
I'm just saying, I think he's consumed with trying to handle Wemby defensively, first of all. Like, he was more physical last night. He played with more energy last night. He was finishing great last night. Getting the crowd involved. Like, he just played, like, the first game.
He was in the game.
He just kind of floated the first game. He just kind of floated the first game. He was just there. He had an impact on the game last night. Even though his stat line, I still think he's got a 27 and 12 night coming. He is that kind of guy. But the energy he played with, and just with he played with more force last night than he did game one.
I agree. It was more about the presence. I just felt like he's way better than he showed game one, and that wasn't me. When I spoke on him, it wasn't me saying he wasn't good enough or, Wemby is necessarily a better player. I just felt which is a whole nother conversation, and I agree with Lou. They have two different roles. So Wemby scoring 40, we'll never see that from Chet because that's not his responsibility on his team. But his responsibility is being that defensive anchor, which I thought he did a better job game two.
Yeah.
Imagine if, I know both of them, Wemby and Chet, they're so skiddy. I don't even know scientifically what the ceiling is for both of them to put on muscle, but if you could add something to Chet and Wemby, it would be just a completely different situation.
Yeah, Chet got to hit that weight room, get some protein shakes.
I think he is, right?
What else
I didn't realize how small he was until he stood next to Wemby, who I also think is small.
No, the arm.
Yeah.
With the way the game is played now, I don't know if I want him to bulk up, either one of them.
Not bulking up. I want him to get stronger. It's wiry strong.
Wemby's bigger?
Yeah, it's wiry strong.
It's wiry strong. He can be wiry strong.
Wemby's stronger? Bigger?
I think so. Absolutely.
They showed some video from Wemby's rookie year to now, and there's definitely been a change.
It's been an improvement, for sure.
He's working on it. He finished with 21-17, Wemby did. Obviously, after that first game, no one's expecting that. Double OT, played 1,000 minutes. So it feels like maybe today Wemby's not being talked about as much. I don't know if it's an expectations thing, Chandler. I do think our expectations for him are probably too high.
I just think the
21-17 not good enough.
No,
it's crazy. It's not. It's not. I feel like he should have 30. I feel like when you can tell right away when he comes out. I like when he sets the tone. And when he had 2 points at the half, is that what that says?
Yeah.
That's just not good enough. 2 for 4. This guy should never be taking 4 shots in half. It's insane when he does this. It's like he's playing on a Nerf hoop when he just missed a shot. And then, look at this one.
Yeah, that was sick.
Like it's ridiculous. He is so talented, and even when he takes a shot, there's a 50% chance he gets his own rebound. Like this guy should be taking 20 shots a night. So having 4 shots and a half, setting the tone without De'Aaron Fox like in the lineup right now. Dylan Harper goes out. I want him to be even more aggressive. There's no such thing as a bad shot for this guy. He can do everything on the floor. I want to see him take 20, 25 shots. So when I do see the stat line, 21-17, it's an unreal game. I think he should be having 30 and 17. He is that type of player.
I'm going to disagree, and the only reason I'm going to disagree with that, Chandler, is because usually you are right when it comes to the best player. Should at least get 20 attempts every game. The only difference that I set for Wemby is the reason why his teammates shoot so much is because of him, because he's such a presence that he gets other guys other opportunities. Like, that's why you can afford to Devin Vassell to have 14 attempts, Castle to have 17, Harper to have another 10 attempts, and then Johnson to have another 12 attempts off the bench. Is because everybody's paying so much attention to Wemby, they're able to eat off of his attention span. So the fact that he still gets 16 shot attempts out of that and being able to help his teammates get opportunities so much, that's still impressive to me.
2 free throws can't be enough.
Yeah,
we can have that conversation. We can have that conversation, but the fact that
that tells me everything.
Like, even if he gets the ball, even if he gets the ball in a one-on-one ISO situation, it's going to be so much attention drawn to him. It's going to open up an opportunity for somebody else. That's why. Yeah. That's the reason I'm.
It is crazy. Like 21-7.
2 free throws is a little bit absurd. The man was being mauled. 2 free throws?
I can't.
Mauled is a bit extreme.
He's being absolutely mauled.
It's a bit extreme.
What are you, Bill Simmons?
That's ridiculous. Steph Castle, look, I feel like he's going to get a little crushed, and I get it. The number of turnovers, he broke a record for 2 games playoff turnovers, 2-game stretch with 20. However, he's also playing out of position. Like, we kind of have to remember that, Lou, when we talk about Steph Castle. He's filling in at times, being the ball handler. That's not his job.
Sure, but
that's not his gig.
Yeah, he's not a point guard.
But you don't talk like that about other guys when they're out of position.
If this was if this was Westbrook.
When Jeremy Sohan was out of position.
Jeremy, you would be roasting James Harden right now if he had 20 turnovers in 2 games. You would be roasting James Harden.
Harden's also been in the league for 400 years.
Well, he was a 2-guard playing point guard. Like, you gotta be fair. This guy is turning the ball over way too much. He is unbelievable. He is athletic. He's not a true point guard, but he has got to take care of the ball. I understand that OKC's defense is sweltering. They're unbelievable. Those are costly possessions that your team needs offensively. And it's historic.
20 turnovers in 2 games.
I know, it's historic.
You can't be. You have to be stronger. You have to be more careful with the ball. It's like the Cade Cunningham with Detroit. Like, he was so casual sometimes. I just think he gets a little out of control.
These aren't point guard turnovers.
No, these are unforced.
These aren't point guard.
It's a shooting guard just not taking care of the ball.
He's just not taking care of the ball. As we just look, 4 of those doesn't have anything to do with setting up the offense. That doesn't have anything to do with facilitating. He's just not taking care of the basketball. We understand that he's out of position, this and that. But even at the shooting guard position, those 4 turnovers out of the 9 that we just seen, he just got to be better. Now, give OKC credit. This is what they do. They force turnovers and they put guys in an uncomfortable position, especially if you're playing a spot that you're not usually in. But some of these are just careless. He got to take care of the ball.
I agree. It is a lot of carelessness to it. I also want to, blame that youth factor that he's still a young guard, figuring this game out.
That's not a thank you.
It's not a thank you.
Great point. He just made a great point.
Thank you, DeMarcus.
Marcus, you've always been my favorite.
But it is a lot of carelessness with the ball. It's, the awareness isn't quite there. It was one play where, he was dribbling across half and, he wasn't aware where he was and he got the backcourt violation. It's the small things like that where, you can tell where the youth is playing a huge part of his mistakes. But he is out of position, which isn't really an excuse. But you have to also imagine, 9 turnovers from your starting guard, and you still have a chance in both games, to win. So it is a light at the end of the tunnel for the Spurs, and you have to think if they do have one of their starting guards back in De'Aaron Fox or Dylan Harper.
This series is
a different series,
logic, by the way.
Absolutely.
What do you mean, like defying logic?
Just if I looked at it and I saw my lead guard with 11 turnovers, I would think that he lost that game.
Fair enough.
By a lot.
By a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, with Chet and Hartenstein and all these other guys on the other side, with the impact that Wemby is having, I'd probably say OKC is probably going to lose this basketball. Like, everything that I think that would show up on the stat sheet is just defies in this one. It's two teams making play after play, trying to just best each other best they can. And so it's a lot of mistakes made in this series, but it just comes down to which team wants it more.
And you're right, when Fox gets back in the lineup, I think these turnovers will go down a little bit because, as you see, he won't have the ball as much.
Yeah,
He'll be playing kind of a different role. He'll still have the ball a lot. He'll still be slashing and getting out in transition, have to make these plays and have to execute. Like, he still can't be like the four we just saw. That could be with Fox on the court. Him just kind of, it's not like he's initiating the offense. Just like he's just playing his normal position in those 4 turnovers. So even when Fox is back in, these are just costly possessions against a really good defensive team that you just need shots at the rim.
He's kind of like, I don't know if you agree with this, but like Westbrook, the good and the bad, you take it all because you know you're getting 100 max intensity.
I disagree. I look at him more as a Drew Holiday, that big off guard that's great defensively, that complements any, lead guard. So, obviously, like I said, I do think he's playing out of position, but that's not necessarily an excuse right now. But I think the perfect world for him is that Drew Holiday type of role.
I
think it's easy to compare him to Westbrook just on his athleticism and
He's
like
just
the way
everywhere.
he plays the game of that position. Like the dunk he had last night was very
we're going to show
Westbrooky.
that. Let's show
That was that dunk.
Shall we?
I stood up. I got out of my seat. I got out of my seat.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Stand up.
Eat it, Hartenstein. Here's your moment.
Look at this.
Have
That
a
was
seat.
tough.
Just
Why
have
was
a
he so
seat.
bad in the dunk contest we can do this?
Well, you don't need style for this. You just need power.
This was just aggressive.
Yeah,
this is why he pulled his hair, Beads.
That's
I mean, now I know what
The
I'm
old
dealing
tit
with.
for tat Beetle, that's what this was.
Good. Word on the street is Hartenstein pulls hair. That's really cool and tough. Everybody's going to be intimidated by that. I can't wait for tomorrow.
The follow through was just a
He's like angry, which is what I like
Just
about
rips.
it. All right, well, that's the breakdown of last night's game. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
By the way, this series, can we get 7? Can we get a 7?
I told you.
Honestly,
This is
I
outrageous.
changed my mind. I went from 6 to 7.
I
in one
really
game.
need, but I need Dylan Harper to be okay. Like, I really need.
I want everybody to be healthy. I don't want.
everybody to be
I don't
healthy.
want anybody to go out of this series, from Jalen Williams to Castle to Harper to
It's like you're in a
whoever
pageant
got
and
something
you're
going
answering-
on.
I mean, why is everyone?
Do you think the Knicks are watching this series?
Yes.
Like, yes.
100%.
Keep going at it. Like,
Yeah.
keep go 7.
Injuries, they're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they are. Well, how could they not be? All right, we're gonna take a quick break. On the other side, our friend, our compadre, Bobby P. Oh, look at this background. Okay, I'll talk to him in a minute.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.